Hey guys, what's up? This is Nairo, and in today's video we're gonna check out my best 10 tips to have the best sounding room that you can have, and your acoustics, your treatment, and everything. Let's start! Tip number 1. This is an easy but important one. Please understand that room acoustics are really important, because it doesn't matter if you have a 10,000 or 20,000 pair of speakers. If your room is shitty, you're gonna listen to some pretty shitty speakers, okay? Tip number 2. Work with what you have. And this means that if you have one room and one room only in your house that you can use for your music, well, that's not gonna stop you from making some good tracks, okay? You'll just have to remember tip number 1 and follow the next steps to have a better sounding room. Tip number 3, and this is more of an answer to a question that I have some time ago. The best sounding room ever is not a room. The best room ever is outside. The best room ever is on the moon without nothing else around you. Okay, maybe not on the moon because I don't know how acoustic works from up there. If you don't have any wall around you, you're gonna listen only to what comes out from the speakers, and this is actually what we're trying to do, because as Andrew Sheps always says, the important thing is what comes out of the speakers. But since we can't work outside and play our best ukulele riffs in nature, here's tip number 4. Tip number 4, room dimensions ratios. If you can't change your room dimensions, like creating walls and stuff, please understand that the shoebox shaped room are your best controllable rooms to create your music in. In particular, after many tests, acoustics engineers understood that there are just a bunch of ratios that sound close to perfect, and you can check those ratios in the top comment down below. So your best bet is to find a room that falls somewhere close to one of those ratios, and if you don't have one of those, you just have to follow the next tips. Tip number 5, monitoring positioning. Don't position your monitor too close to the front wall, especially if you have a speakers which is rear ported. And now many of you are gonna say, "Why? I love to have my monitors back there." And yeah, remember point 3? Well, if you can have those monitors far from your walls, you're not gonna have too much interaction. But here's a little extra on this. Some manufacturers actually tell you what the best positioning for your monitor is, so if you have some tips from them, just follow what they say, okay? Tip number 6, desk and booty positioning. You shouldn't be in the middle of your room, and you should be facing the smaller wall. You should have your chair between the middle and the first quarter of your room. This is because if you are in the middle of the room, you're gonna listen to more of the problems and more of the reflection from your walls, okay? Tip number 7, acoustic treatment tips. You'll need to treat the most important positions first, and this is the exact order of importance. Number 1, where your speakers reflect, and this is called the first reflection point. So you're gonna have a friend with a mirror, and they're gonna move the mirror, and as soon as you see the opposite speaker on the reflection, you're gonna want to put a panel there, both on the right and left side. Second positioning is the angles of your room, and that's where you're gonna put your bass traps. Then you have the back, because you don't want to listen to the reflection from the walls back there, and the front, because you don't want to listen to what comes from and okay. Tip number 8, important for real, the acoustic treatment to choose. The best thing, if you don't want to spend too much and go with the right brands, which are the costly ones, is to make everything yourself. Yes, you heard it right. Don't just spend something like $500 on some mediocre acoustic treatments where you could have something incredibly better with just $200, okay? I'll probably put a tutorial on how to make some acoustic panels, some bass traps, some diffusers, so don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. But if you need to do them fast, just check some tutorials on YouTube or on the internet. There's plenty of them. Tip number 9 is to use casual stuff from your house that is not intended to be acoustic treatment. First thing that comes to my mind, bookshelves. One of the best sounding studios that I've ever been in just had an amazing and gigantic bookshelves on the back of the room, which was actually a recording room, but that doesn't matter. Bookshelves work really well, and they work close to how a diffuser should work, at least if you have a big bookshelf. I'll say another one, sheets and blankets. My actual vocal booth that I'm using sometimes has just a ton of blankets around it, as you can see right here. Oh hey, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and the tag is NairoOfficial. Last but not least, number 10, 11 and 12 all together. Number 10 is try different positioning of everything. Number 11 is do your testing and use the program that are meant to be used for room testing. So I'll put just one link down there. And if everything doesn't work or doesn't get you to what you want to have, try SonarWorks. It's an amazing room calibration and correction program that I use just every day for both my monitors and my speakers, and I just made a review on that yesterday. It just helps with getting the result you're looking for. But do your actual treatment first, okay? And I guess that's it for this video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you did. And do you guys have acoustic treatments in your room? What do you use? What are your best tips on acoustic treatments? I hope you had a better understanding on what I think about acoustic treatment and maybe learn something new too. That's it for now. See you guys in the next one. Ciao!